Historyscope is hiring an animator. In this video, I will go over all the important information you need if you want to come work with us to make YouTube videos. If you don't want to watch this video and want to apply for the job directly, then there is a link in the description with a Google Docs file you can access with all the information you need. The deadline is the 5th of December. If you do want to know more, then keep watching. So, what is the job all about? Well, right now, the Historyscope videos are primarily slideshows. What you're seeing on screen right now is from previous videos, and it's mostly just these blocks sliding in and out with a graphic in it. Most of the work is put into making new graphics for the slideshow. Half of the work will mostly consist of making these slideshows, while the other half being more interesting graphics and animations. Those interesting animations will consist of two things. First of all, isometric graphics like you're seeing on screen right now. I love isometric art and think it's a great way to show scenes from a bird's eye point of view, such as looking down on a town. Isometric art will probably only take up around 5 to 10% of the video you'll be making. And the other type of animations I want you to make are 2D animations like you're seeing on screen. These will be simple graphics that move around a bit, like this truck you're seeing on screen now. This will make future videos more interesting because there will be more to see than just a graphic sliding on a screen. So now, for example, when I need a truck, I can use this to create a more interesting animation, like I did here with the breakup of the Soviet Union video. Or like this fire animation you've probably seen in almost every video in the last 2 years. And as time goes on, we will have a larger collection of animations we can use. And while not every animation fits every type of video, we will be able to reuse a lot of animations from previous videos. I think these new animations will take up about 10% of your time. The remaining 30% of the work will consist of recycled animations and graphics. For example, I often show a map of the region I'm talking about and then graphics pop out of the map. Those are simple to make because I already have world maps from various times and places, and I already have this pop-out animation, and putting them all together just takes about 10 minutes. Or when talking about protests, for example, we can just recycle this old animation of people protesting. And if the protest is in Africa, like with my African videos, we replace them with African characters. So that's what the job is all about. Around 50% of these slideshows, around 10% isometric, around 10% 2D animations, and around 30% recycled animations and graphics. You will have 4 weeks to finish this task, taking about 80 hours to finish. That's about how long it takes me, and I'm an amateur. I don't care when you do the work though. So if you want to work at night or decide you want to do all the work in a single week and have the rest of the month off, then that's fine by me, as long as the video gets uploaded in time. You will be paid €1,600 per video, which is equal to €20 per hour, with each video about 40 to 45 minutes long. So if you think you can do these animations, then you should apply to work with me. And perhaps in the future we can make more than one video every 4 weeks and I can pay you more. So now that we discussed what a job is, let's talk about the application itself. In order to get the job, you need to be at least 18 years old, and you need to make a small assignment that takes about 2 to 3 hours to finish, I think. You are given a small piece of text with audio. You need to make a storyboard and then animate that storyboard. You will need to include at least 2 isometric graphics, at least 2 2D graphics you made yourself, and at least 2 2D animations. Then you need to match your animations and audio together. In order to do so, you will have to edit the audio as well, such as removing or adding silent parts of the audio file. Then you export the video into a file that I can play on VLC player, such as MP4 or WAV. Upload this file to a Dropbox or Google Drive and email the link to officialhistoryscope@gmail.com. Use Animator application as the title of your email so I can filter them out from all the nonsense sponsorship offers I keep getting all the time. And when you do send me the email, please don't include nonsense such as, "My weakness is that I work too much." If you put stuff like that in your animation, I will just ignore it. And in exchange, I won't ask you bullshit questions like, "Why do you want to work here?" We all know the real reason you want this job is because you need money to live. And when you do work for me, I won't micromanage you. When I hire you, I expect you can do your job. Of course, we will coordinate and I will check if everything looks alright, but I won't tell you how to do your job, when to do your work, etc. And you know how some bosses will always find something small to criticize you on because they feel like they're doing less of a job if they don't find something wrong with you? Well, I won't do that. If your work is good, then I won't complain about it. So you don't need to get stressed out over minor things. I also realized that a lot of you have probably dealt with discrimination in your life. If you're afraid of that with me, then you don't need to give me any of your information. You don't need to give me your name, what country you're from, or any personal information about yourself during the application process. And what you do in your private life is of no concern to me, both when you apply for the job and when you're hired. In fact, I've already forgotten most of the names from people who work on these videos, and I only recognize them by their usernames. So that's all the information you need, I think. If you want to apply or know someone with animation experience who is looking for a job, then please follow the link in the description for the assignment, and hopefully I'll see your submission soon. And if you have any questions, you can, of course, email me at officialhistoryscope@gmail.com.